Kalieb Scheideler with us here on the John Mendola Show, Montrose, American Legion, Post 154.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys are winning some baseball games here. Talk a little bit about the success for your team this year.
So this year we've been pretty successful, like you said. We've won the last 11 games in a row lately. We've outscored our opponents 75-15. So we've been having a pretty good success behind most of our team.
You get guys from different schools, which is so cool here that you pull them from Elk Lake and Blue Ridge and Mountain View and Montrose and different places. But
Absolutely.
Talk about getting some of these guys and the ability for them to get here and kind of be all together as part of a team.
So like you said, we're composed of 5 different schools in the Susquehanna County area. So we got Montrose, Blue Ridge, Susquehanna, Mountain View, and
And Montrose.
And Montrose, yeah, absolutely, Montrose.
Most important one, right?
Most important. And we pull in the kids from all over the area. We do tryouts typically. Obviously, with consisting of 5 different schools in the area, it makes it a little bit harder to bring in the kids. Once you get in there, we do tryouts. We hope to. Usually, we don't have a tryout, but last couple of years we've been a little bit more successful bringing some kids in. We've been trying to get out there a little bit more to let everybody know that Legion baseball is a thing, and there is other things other than just travel baseball available. So we bring all those kids in, gets them all a little more exposure with other kids, so it builds friendships for the summers and everything like that. It gets you to play other teams. We play against majorly Scranton schools. So typically these kids aren't playing Scranton schools. In the normal league season, they're playing all each other. So when they all get together and they get to face teams like Valley View, Scranton Prep, Scranton High, it's a little bit more of a challenge for them. So getting them all together, getting to build a little bit of friendship and relationship together kind of makes it a little bit cooler.
You guys just won a series against Dixon City. So talk about what that means by winning that.
So the Dixon City series was a semifinals for our league matchup. So by winning that puts us into the finals and gets us into a good predicament.
Let's talk about pitching. So important to have more than a couple arms. You got to have more than that. It's just, you got to have that depth. Talk about your pitching depth here at Montrose.
So our depth is actually pretty deep this year. We have plenty of pitching. So we start off with our number 1 being CJ McGee right over. He'll be coming up a little later. He is posting right now a .55 ERA with 32 strikeouts currently. So that's pretty awesome. You don't typically see that a lot. He's only allowed 8 hits with only 2 runs for the entire season out of 8 games. So that's pretty awesome. Behind him, we have Elias Owens currently. He's posting a 1.4 ERA, so that's pretty awesome too. He has 39 strikeouts, so he's pretty successful whenever he gets on the bump. We have Timmy Higgins behind him, and along with that, we also have Riley Jagger from the Mountain View program, who also is helping us out a little bit.
So you typically come, go with your starter for a while and then bring in a closer. Do you have a closer in American Legion baseball, or some other guys that just fill in some middle innings if you have to?
So typically we go with trying to prepare for the next game. So with the Legion program, we have 3 games a week. So you have to be ready and prepared with all these pitch count rules and all the dates of rest and everything like that. So typically we try to run with a starter for about 3 to 4 innings basically. Then we run over with a reliever for a couple innings, and then hope to have them for the next game for starting or vice versa.
Let's talk about your baseball experience and what you bring to this Legion program here at Montrose.
So I went to Blue Ridge. So back in Blue Ridge, we won the district in 2015. We went back after going in 2014 to face MMI, lost there. Ended up going back to face Forest City. We defeated them, went on to the state level, beat Montgomery area. So that was pretty awesome for a little small town kid, basically going to the state level and being able to bring home a W is pretty awesome. From there, I went on to play at Keystone. So I played at Keystone for about 1.5 years before I had a child. So then reality had to set in, and now I'm here teaching the kids as much as I know.
Get a little bit of taste of Jamie Shevchik, a great guy, great coach there at Keystone, and we're all hoping that program can continue. So let's talk about the batters this year here, and who are the guys able to hit the ball? Do you have guys that can hit the long ball, or you got guys that just get on base?
I got some kids that can hit the long ball. Actually, last night, Elias Owens at the Dixon City game hit a home run over at Washington Street Park. So that was pretty awesome to see. We have Andrew Dovin, who's pulling out of the park over at Old Forge. And then we also had Riley Jagger, who, not the fastest kid in the league, but managed to pull out an inside the park home run. So pretty good hitters on this team.
Let's talk about your parents. I mean, they're coming long ways here. You said you're pulling from 5 places, so everybody might have a drive, 30 miles or more in some cases.
Absolutely.
But talk a little bit about the folks and getting that enthusiasm behind these young men here.
So definitely, like you're saying, the parents have to drive a little bit, especially with our league being in Scranton. Not everybody likes to drive to Scranton all the time back and forth. It's about a 30-minute drive. depending on where you live. So it's getting them all behind that and getting them all in the same picture of like, hey, what do we want to build? So we sat these kids down all in the third game of the year, and we're like, hey, we had a loss to Old Forge, or Triborough is what they call it in this league. We sat them down and said, hey, what do you guys want out of this? Do you guys want to go for this, or do you not? Like, do you guys want to have fun, build a little bit, get you guys ready for the college level, or do you guys want to go out there and actually try to bring home a championship? Ever since that talk, they've been performing very well. So, yeah, just getting that whole like boost behind them to want to win, like that strive to greatness, basically.
So at some point the season's going to end, but you guys, you hope you can make that trip.
Absolutely.
Which is down the turnpike. I'm trying to remember that town where they play the American Legion thing.
It's Berwick right now is for the region.
So if you guys are able to win this weekend, then you'd be able to get that invite to Berwick, or is it first and second gets that opportunity?
So first and second get that opportunity. Unfortunately, we had to back out of it due to the fact that we have kids who have jobs. So jobs kind of rely upon that kind of stuff. I feel we would have done pretty well if we would have gone down there, at least been able to compete with the teams. There's some great teams around the area and around the state especially that go down to those tournaments. I feel like we could have done pretty well. But like I said, unfortunately, we had to pull out due to the fact of the kids, basically.
So this is pretty much the last hurrah here, but a very successful season. Coach, congratulations on all the success this year. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.